Hello, ladies and gents! Today's video will be a relatively shorter one, as in the past days I have been really busy preparing a video on a cool little high-tech gadget that quite a lot of you might enjoy. The video now awaits approval, so hopefully I will be able to show it to you really soon. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I'm running a bit behind on time, so to catch up, let's have a really quick chat today about the recent meta of Murovanka, because it's quite frankly retarded. Now, Murovanka has been a map for the longest time that's prone to creating lemming trains and some heavy-duty camping from both sides, so that's almost kinda expected these days. Recently, however, I noticed that the Southern Spawn developed a meta that almost always loses them the game, both in standard battles and in encounter mode as well, and this will be the focus of today's video. Now, apart from the quick rant, we will also of course have a look at what you actually can do whenever you face this situation, just to make sure that this video is actually useful as well. As for the footage, the drawings in the background have been made on StratSketch, a great little website where you can create strategical drawings and slideshows for World of Tanks. I highly recommend checking them out and using them whenever you want to discuss map strategies. The link to their website is in the description below. But back to the map. What I see from most of my games on Murovanka recently is that the team starting in the south almost exclusively focuses on the west and basically gives up the old forest in the east right from the beginning. Now once again, Murovanka has always been chock full with lemming trains, but the Southern Spawn recently seems to do it a lot more frequently. At least from my own experience, that happens in about 90–95% of the games, which I really don't understand because A, I don't think the southern team would have a serious disadvantage in the east, and B, this almost always ends up in a loss. Let's see why. Now have a look at this map, which shows the typical deployment of the southern team these days. The east is almost empty apart from a few scouts that tend to die rather quickly and fruitlessly, and the occasional lone warrior that's about to sacrifice itself for no good while cursing the idiot team. Everybody else is camping the ridge or the forest behind it hard, basically focusing all the team's power in about 1/6 of the map, which is completely and utterly stupid. What's that? Lemming trains can win games, you say? Well, that's true. However, only active lemming trains can do that, and here more often than not the team camps really hard because they are pinned down from the other side and they just wait until they are completely encircled by the enemy. Once this has happened, there is almost no way out unless the enemy makes a huge mistake. Eventually, the defenses will crumble under the constant pressure from multiple angles, and that's that. The same goes for encounter as well. Rushing the cap usually does not work, as a reset is fairly easy, given that the other team reacts in time. So, big question is, what can you do when you end up with a team like this? Well, first of all, if you are in a machine that could go east, try to ask for support, and if you get it, go there. There are always some people thinking about it, but then they decide to rather stick to the west when they see that most of the team went that way. Sticking with these guys in the east and making sure that they don't change their minds will be crucial. Now, of course, if there is only 2 of you, you probably won't be able to achieve much, so you might as well still go west anyway. Dying for no reason is never a good idea. If there are at least a couple of you, however, consider this. Even if you are only able to hold off, or maybe even just soften up the enemy without breaking through on your side, you just relieve the pressure from one of your flanks, greatly increasing the chances of your team. Now let's see what happens when the lemming train has been confirmed. Well, most probably your only chance is to make sure that the lemming train keeps moving forward, crushing the opposition by simply outnumbering them. Be up there on the front, fight, engage, ask for help. Be as aggressive as much as possible without just throwing your tank away. Give the team the confidence to move ahead. There will of course be times when the team just simply refuses to move even an inch no matter what you do, but I actually had some good success with the aggressive pushes in the west recently, so you might wanna try it out for yourself as well. And, well, that was it for today's quick rant on the current stupid Murovanka meta. Now, it's of course entirely possible that this is only in my head, and I just had an extremely long list of bad games from the spawn point. If you think that's the case, feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, thank you very much for considering giving this a like or sharing it. I hope to see you again tomorrow on Tank Review Friday, where we will be looking at the powerful Jagdpanther 2 with a nice action-packed Radley Walters gameplay attached to it. For now, however, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.